it up. Hey, hundreds and fifties and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board.
All right, Coach, so this old place not quite done yet. There is playoff football to be played in the East Bay in Oakland, California. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Topper! He's coming! We got Topper.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Hey, exit.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long.
Watch it. Leo! You got tight right there. Hit it.
Back to throw here. Complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. 22 yards. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
36. Run that. Go. Motion. Comes up the helmet. Hey, wahoo. 56. Mike, 56. Go, let's go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Airing one out for Boyd. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go down at the 28. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. On third down, Rosen. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. 17-0 our score after 1. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Hey, team 6. Yes.
Rosen to throw again. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Rosen. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Cleveland Farrell getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Rosen. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. A draw play for Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Hey, Delta. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, alert, alert.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sideline.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hump. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kareem Hunt saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And now it's 2nd down. Rosen will throw. Open man is Ross, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The open man is Westbrook. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Middle. 56.
Now it's Rosen. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Rosen now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Again, it's Rosen. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10 now, it's Rosen. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Cleveland Farrell, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Bang, 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 bang. Check 99, check 99. Alert, alert, alert. 56, 56.
Throwing on second down. Rosen. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. Rosen now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
56, Mike 56. Watch the 80. Mike 56. Hey, let go. 56. Y'all not ready. 56. Mike.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Rosen. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
And now it's Rosen looking. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Hey, Charlie!
On the delay, it's Mixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
You remember me? Let's go, baby! Any weapon? Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Wide, get wide. Hatchet. Shit.
Here's Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Carl Lawson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. 23 yards, the final tally. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. To try again after the sack. Rosen. And he's going to go down again. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4.
56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Hey, 2.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And that is incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
61, matchbox lights. 6 down. Check, look, squeeze. Switch gears.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 60 yards. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that will get them one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Let's get it.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkle.
Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, high 7. Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Here's Rosen to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Going deep downfield for Ross. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They run again with Hunt. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You draw corpus. Hey, Alpha.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Mike 91. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Let's go.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the